So welcome from Pristina. This is the beautiful town of Pristina, the capital of the Republic of Kosovo. And here, this is the European Union headquarters. And I call Ukrainians and Ukraine to recognize Kosovo. I will show you now the city and explain you how beautiful it is here and why you want to join the same European Union, the same NATO. It will be the same currency, and that's so logical that Ukraine and Kosovo work together. It's, by the way, also the same people in Austria, Germany and America. It's a bit more important in America than we here in Austria and Germany, but it's the same people, the same political forces which support westward integration of Ukraine, which are also supporting full recognition of Kosovo. And you guys in Ukraine, you really don't get it. It's now my 5-year struggle with many friends to get this going, but you believe in Putin. It seems you believe his kind of narratives, so you failed. That's why also you make no inroads towards the European Union and NATO, because you don't listen to any reasonable advice of your friends. Yeah? And it's the same people. I give you the example of Elliot Engel. Is he a supporter of Ukraine? I mean, he is a supporter of Kosovo. You cannot believe how much. Or when you say John McCain. You know John McCain in Ukraine? I'm sure you know. He's a supporter of Kosovo. And so are all the same politicians in Germany and Austria. All supported freedom and the intervention against the Serbian genocide, and who support Ukraine since 30 years. It's all the same people. But just you guys in Ukraine, you don't get it, and that's a bit sad. Yeah? You believe in some kind of fantasy narrative of Crimea and Kosovo to be united. Hi guys. And this is the parliament here. It's beautiful. I'm broadcasting here from this beautiful place here in Kosovo on the street. It's now 5 o'clock. I will walk you to the House of Independence, to the institutions, beautifully here in my Vyshyvanka, my favorite Ukrainian dress. And guys, if you don't get it, here's the message. Recognize Kosovo. It's time to get it done. My other video, maybe some of you have seen. I'm a bit sensitive for the sun. Excuse my sunglasses. And here we're walking the parliament, the president's palace, and also the government building. I will show you everything. I will show you the city. It's booming. Here a lot of traffic here. It's working day, so here is really much summer traffic here. And that's the famous Mother Teresa Street. By the way, she is Albanian. Maybe good to know. I'm sure a lot of people in your beautiful country are very interested in Christianity, and she was one of the most holy persons of the Christianity, Albanian, by the way. And by the way, you have also recognized Albania and Macedonia, so Ukrainians. What is this kind of Serbian narrative in your head? This must be changed. Here's the parliament you have seen already. I will also show you the leader and historic personality of Kosovo, Ibrahim Rugova. We will walk to his house and I will make the second part of the Kosovo narrative. I couldn't finish completely. There was some problems in the I think it stopped the video, and I'm halfway through. This is Ibrahim Rugova, the founder of the state. Beautiful and amazing. I can only say he's a hero of European dimension for peace, and I admire him very much. And he would have supported Ukraine, no doubt. Yeah? He was very pro-Western personality. All Albanians actually, their direction is the West. This you will see also in the House of Independence. Clear direction. It goes from Skanderbeg onwards. Yeah? You see over there Skanderbeg and the parliament, the government building. It was very terrible building once. It was the headquarters of the Serb Interior Ministry of Yugoslavia. And you have made your experience in Ukraine with big unions, the Soviet Union, Yugoslavia, all the same, a big disaster. Ukraine has escaped 30 years ago, and Kosovo wanted to escape, but it was less lucky as you guys. And obviously there was then the big war of liberation. America has intervened strongly, NATO has intervened as we help you now in Ukraine. Here Kosovo got a lot of help then to rebuild the state. That is Mother Teresa Street. Beautifully here. I will sit later for some drinks. Yeah? And this is the government building. I think you know the orientation already. This is for the hero Adem Yashari. And this is for the hero Skanderbeg. And you see 500 years of struggle for the West against the pharaohs of Eastern suppression. I think that's a continuity here in Kosovo and Ukraine. You can all see. I don't think the Ukraine after 2014, after the terrors of the Crimean annexation, the horrors of the Donbass war, you have any interest in staying under the Russian yoke. I hope that you will join NATO and the EU and the Euro. And I repeat, actually, do I repeat myself? It's the Euro here already. Kosovo made it in 2002 to adopt the Euro. Ukraine should do the same. We should support the victims of war. And we did it in Kosovo and Montenegro with the monetary means we have. That's of course much better. And then to have peace. Yeah? So it's the best thing to do. And I think Ukraine is now in the position to ask for something, because the Germans and the Americans will do Nord Stream 2 now. They will put the wave out. So you're now in the situation to ask for something. EU potential candidate status is already there. And massive EPA, pre-accession funding, is coming from the EU to this government. And that's why it's working the reforms much better here than in Ukraine. Of course, Ukraine has higher capacities in many things because you are a big country, 20 times richer and bigger. But of course, the structural funds of the EU and the EPA pre-accession funds make all the difference with the competence, the regulatory framework, the full accession perspective. This should be happening. And also, of course, here a clearer way towards NATO. Unfortunately, here the 5 non-recognizers are blocking, or the 4, because Cyprus is also not in NATO. So you know that how this is in Ukraine when somebody blocks you. You want to have the French or all the others who are blocking your EU potential candidate. You want to be dominated by them? Good. Why don't you work with Germany and America and be constructive on the pipeline now and get something really serious, and also show that you're a really serious ally? Would be cool. I think yes. So Ukraine, recognize Kosovo. Here I'm walking past the government buildings now to the House of Independence, and you will see as well many of the things. It was relatively destroyed, the city, by the way. Heavy bombing, obviously, in the administrative center of the Serb military. That was that building, yeah? American justice was bringing it hard, yeah, towards the Yugoslavian state. The genocidal efforts were stopped by the cruise missiles of the 6th Fleet in the Adriatic and the powerful American Air Force in Aviano. They have hammered down Nazi Germany 75 years ago. They reached Aviano, they could reach Vienna and southern Germany, and they have reached the evil empire of Milosevic then in 99 and 95 from the same air bases, from the Adriatic Sea, from Aviano. Here you see how things are changing. What a beautiful hotel this is. It was very dramatic, a kind of similar like that, even broken down building. Now it's a very beautiful hotel. Ukrainians are very welcome here. Come and see yourself. Yesterday met a French couple. They were just interested to see, maybe to make business. What they never heard about Kosovo. They were not interested in all this politics. They want to make business and some tourism. Hey, Ukraine, the passports are now possible. Visit this place. By the way, you want our solidarity for Crimea? Here's a link, yeah? Do something for us. We do something for you. When I met Alush Gashi, and you see the video with Mustafa Cemalis and the Chubarov from the Crimean Tatars, you know, they were very happy, they were very welcoming. Here's the link, yeah? We have to work against Russian and Serbian genocidal ethnic cleansing. Whatever the reason is, they do it for land grabbing or for hate of Muslim minorities or for other reasons. But we should work together. Here's a link between Kosovo and between Crimea. It's the link of justice, of the free world, of the Western support. Yeah? And when you in Ukraine, I had today another talk with an important personality, an insider from the administration, I cannot disclose his name. He told me he is extremely upset about what the Ukrainians have done, complaining about Serbia sending the fighters, but moving nothing forward because of the oligarchic link between Serbia and Russia, the sugar barons marrying each other and having all this control of the Ukrainian government. And I thought Zelensky is cleaning it up, but seemingly no. And movements to improve the situation, yeah, here it's really improving. Here is improvement. This is, for example, the civil administration building of Kosovo, the civil register, working very well. This is the traffic, everybody lets you pass, people are polite, not bad, huh? Really good actually. And this is what the difference it makes when you have IPA funding and this massive support, because then you can do things. And Ukraine is also doing things. But on the corruption index, you will see now the government, led by a lifelong anti-corruption crusader, Albin Kurti, he will do great stuff. And he will outperform you when you are sleepy in Ukraine. Of course, on digitalization you are good. Many things have happened as well in Ukraine since 2014, there is no doubt. But it misses all the important things. The Regional Cooperation Council, CEFTA, the Euro, and also this kind of Western integration which Kosovo has with the EU potential candidate status. And also you have not recognized Kosovo because, you know, I know Poroshenko obviously more a Ukrainian nationalist in some aspects, pan-Slavist, and Zelensky simply unexperienced and doesn't really know what the world is. He knows Germany, Canada, America, Japan, and that's it. So that's a short version of the Ukrainian crisis in international relations. Everybody thinks in Ukraine, because it's a very big country, everything is about Ukraine. They recognize Poland and think Kaczynski is a great model for the future. And they orient to Kaczynski and they don't really copy the Baltic countries. And by the way, the Baltic countries and Poland, they have all recognized already. Here you see the amazing traffic jam here, obviously much to be done, because unfortunately the mayor has started well but has then really decreased his performance. That can also happen when the hope is high. Similar like Zelensky, he was a very popular person, but you know, the popular persons who start like comets, often they lose a little bit the dynamic, because you also need competence to get things done. Here's the going out center, very beautiful, amazing. I like it very much. Here we come to the stadium again and to the House of Independence. I'm now speeding up everything because I have to also do this beautiful tour here, the second part, now in front of the House of Independence, to call officially for Ukraine to recognize the Republic of Kosovo and be fully part of the West. That's very important. You can obviously stay in the East, but don't call us, you know, don't call us when Putin attacks. Yeah? Don't call the American Navy, don't call us. When you are not here, when we need you, when we call you for Kosovo, you're not here. But when you have a crisis, when the Americans' firepower is needed, then you call desperately and you hope that you will have support. It's not like this, the world, yeah? It's a two-way street. Yeah? When we need you, you should be there for us. And when we need help and when you need help, that's the bond of NATO. That's the idea of NATO. It's not a one-way street. Yeah? It's a two-way street. Yeah? Osamir. Now I close here and I come back again. Hello, Bekim.
Hello.
Sehr gerne, mir fallen mit der, ja. Mir schon, ja. Schon aktivitet. Und kam pak takime etwas und me falni un tutte per.
Okej. Okej, porsche się po stunde för
Po, vetam piesa de parat, ja. Ketesh di dia un mund pak piesa de tut tani.
Nu kan tash.
Tash.
Apo okej.
Jo visuku ka mund obligimi skabulem, bo vetam un tuet niset minut sepse un kam vetam per piesa pa.
Mundet neser?
Neser jo.
Heradon. Så.
Cum iume școi na stăpita, ne?
Po.
Me vi închece. You will do it the press pack per mur.
Palire.
10 minute. 10 minute, vetă, uniam spät, ja?
Jam dispozițjon dan.
Ok, falemintar. Deci, șum, znači, si,